Rama Hare Hare. Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Guru Parampara, Guru Parampara, Parampara, Guru Parampara. Jaya Radha Ramana Radha Ramana Radhe. Jaya Radha Ramana Radha Ramana Radhe. Jaya Satchinandana Jaya Gaura Hari. Satchinandana Jaya Gaura Hari. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Gaur Hari Bho Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bho. Jai Shri Gurudeva Ki, Shri Prabhupada Ki, Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki, Shri Radha Manju Ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Brinda Ki, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Brinda Ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bho. Hare Krishna. Welcome, dear friends, dear devotees. Today we are hearing from the Harikatha of our beloved Bhaktabandha Srila Gurudev, Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Which class should we speak about? So every day you're hearing from the Harikatha of our beloved Gurudev and discussing and elaborating with the Harikatha of our beloved Srila Gurudev, right? So today we're going to hear from Gurudev's Harikatha spoken in New Zealand, Auckland, New Zealand, on January 14th, 2001. Coming up, Vrindavan. This was a Hindi lecture. Gurudev spoke in Hindi, and so this is a summary. This is the Bharatiya Mandir in New Zealand. Bharatiya means what we think of as Indian, but really it means following Vedic culture. That's what it refers to. So Gurudev began by saying, what is liberation? What is liberation, Radha? Liberation, people think, oh, I'm free of all suffering and struggle and problems. This is liberation, right? Freedom from problems. It's what everyone wants. Every business in this world is trying to solve a problem. But simply getting rid of suffering. See, we think, oh, I'll eat something I like, then I'll solve the problem of dissatisfaction. If it was only about solving the problem of hunger, then all you need is calories, carbs, right? But it's not about that. It's about solving the problem of suffering. This is liberation, right? Ooh, what will I taste that I like so I forget how much I'm suffering? I want to enjoy. Ananda. Everyone wants Ananda. So we'll open a shop. Ananda dispensary. But in America now, what's very popular? What kind of liberation? Marijuana liberation. Right? Everyone wants to solve the problem of suffering by getting married to this. Oh, I'll take this. This is not solving any problem. So, solving problems is not the only kind of liberation. Real liberation means realizing your nature, relation with Krishna. This is what Bhagavatam says. You understand? Liberation isn't just getting rid of your material problems. People think, I'll take drugs and I won't have any more problems. I'll forget about them for as long as I'm high, above my problems. You come back down. So liberation is more than that. Not just solving material problems, realizing your spiritual form, realizing your rupa, your form with Krishna. So this is liberation. Gurudev began like this. Liberation means realizing the form of God and your relation with God and your form in your relation with God. That is liberation. What is the relationship between you two? Achinta beda beda. You've heard this verse before?
No.
Okay, now you're in school. Achintya means inconceivable. Beda means different. Abeda means indifferent. Non-different. So you are God? Are you God?
No.
You're not God? Wow. Vrindavan, are you God? You're not God? If you go on the street, many people say, oh, I am God. But Christian religion is there in America, so people don't think they're God. It's very good. This is Christianity's greatest service, to help people realize they're not God and that they should serve God and that there is a God. Impersonalism means I will be God. And this is very prominent in India also. Many people in India think they're God. And many people in America think they're God, but mostly they're in an insane asylum. If you go to an insane asylum, 5 out of 10 people are Jesus Christ. I'm serious. I know people. I've met people who are Jesus. Jesus Christ. And then someone else says, but I'm Jesus. And they say, I'll fight you. How dare you? Don't take my name in vain. So this is called madness. To think I am God is madness. How can we be God? But we are also not separate from God. Right? Soul, something here. Where is it? Where is the soul? In this room, where is the soul? Where's the soul? You can point it out. Where's the soul, Radha? Soul is in the heart, floating around in the consciousness.
It's within you.
Soul is within you. Yes, but what is the difference between the soul and you? Soul is within you. That means we are different from the soul. Soul is within us, but it is us. The body is just the covering. Some people have very nice car. Some people have not so nice car. We have very nice car and not so nice car in our ashram. Very nice car, someone else's car they're letting us use. And not so nice car, our car. But car is not us. So body is the car, soul is the driver. Soul is the driver. But in our life, in human life, most of the time, what's the driver? I'll tell you what the driver is. You know what the driver is? The car is the driver. Self-driving car, but not the self. Mad man of the senses of the driver. This is what Krishna says in the Gita. Have you seen this picture in the Gita? There's 5 horses. Red, blue, different colors. And one has a big ear. One has a big nose. One has a big mouth. And the person in the seat of the chariot, ah! This is us. You think you're the driver? Soul is only watching. Watching. Oh no. And when it listens to the higher conscience, Paramatma, the super soul, goes in the right direction. And when it listens to the senses, then the mind follows the senses. You know what the mind is? What's the mind? When you have horses in a chariot, the reins, that's the mind. So who's holding the reins? The horses or the driver?
Driver.
Driver's holding the reins, but sometimes he can't control the horses and they're just running everywhere. Prahlad Maharaj said, every person has 5 wives. 5 wives. Everyone has 5 wives. These are wives. 2 wives. Left, right. Right, left. These are wives. Tongue is a wife. Eyes are wives. Hands are wives. Eyes saying, look over there, pretty thing. I want to touch it. I want to taste it. I want to smell it. I want to feel it. So the senses want to enjoy objects of the senses, therefore they are like our wife. The liberation means control your senses. Mind is either servant of the senses or servant of the Atma, the soul. So your mind, when you follow tapas, discipline, and your mind becomes your servant, then it's said in Bhagavatam, mind is your greatest friend or your worst enemy. In devotee circles we say, if you're too disturbed, we say you're on the mental platform. Let Paramatma guide you. Come into the heart and Paramatma will guide. So this is not liberation. Liberation means, okay, liberation must be in the affirmative. You understand? It's positive. People think liberation is just getting rid of negative. Right? So Gurudev said, if you're in jail, anything that happens in jail, that's not freedom from jail. Like, okay, you imagine you're in the jail and you're a good person in the jail, then they say, oh, I'll give you a pin-up model. Who would you like? I want this lady, Marilyn Monroe, on my wall. Oh, this is freedom. I'm liberated. Right? So we think we're suffering in this world and we get a big house, nice car, nice wife. I am liberated from these problems. No, you're in the jail, you have a nice pin-up model. A nice wife. This is not freedom. Get out of the jail, then you're liberated. So Gurudev is saying freedom from suffering is not positive. It's getting rid of the negative, so it's like, okay, equalizing. But what is positive? So then Gurudev makes a point. If you go home to your relative's house after a long time, and you enjoy with them, you're eating, talking, laughing, joking, this is affirmative pleasure. This is happiness. So this happiness, that is real liberation. But because everyone is suffering so much, they think liberation means getting rid of suffering. Get out of jail, then you'll be happy. So Krishna says in the Gita, what's the verse? What verse is he going to quote? Sarva Dharaman, you know this verse? 1866, Bhagavad Gita. Concluding verse. This is also not positive, Gurudev says. Sarva Dharaman Parityajam. Give up all false dharma. Even all real dharma. To embrace the highest dharma or prem dharma. Love of God. Mamekam Sharanam Braja. But here Gurudev is saying that Krishna says give up all varieties of bogus religion, material religion. We talked about this morning, right? Bogus religion means, God, here's $10 and give me all these things to enjoy, right? Bogus religion. I want a nice house, wife, this, that. Bogus religion. Just surrender to me. I will return. I will save you from all suffering. So Gurudev is saying relief is offered, but nothing positive. So what is positive? Sharanagati, we surrender to Krishna, but surrendering to Krishna is the door to bhakti. So when we surrender, we say, I'm surrendering everything. This is just the doorway. What is real bhakti? Gurudev mentions a very famous verse. He said this all the time. So surrendering to Krishna, this is not bhakti. Sarva dharma prityaja mamekam sharanam braja. This is saranagati, surrender. But what is bhakti, Radha? Madhya Yashoda serving Krishna with love, giving her breast milk, this is bhakti. Is she surrendering to Krishna? No, she loves Krishna, she's relating with Krishna. This is bhakti. Okay? So Gurudev mentions this verse, Anya bilashta shunyam jnana karmadyanavritam anukulyena krishnanu shilanam bhaktir uttama. When you with your body, your mind, your words, your moods, every part of yourself, you're trying to give the Lord pleasure. According to your nature, you want to make Krishna happy. This is bhakti. No material desires. You don't even want to go to heaven. A lot of people worship God, they want to go to heaven. Different people worship God, they want liberation. But Gurudev said when you have no desire for anything from yourself, you only want to offer your whole self to Krishna for his pleasure, that is called bhakti. Okay, so now Gurudev will tell some stories. Who's the best example of this verse of pure bhakti? Who's the best example of pure bhakti? Vrindavan, you know this. Gurudev says, the gopis. The gopis decorated themselves. Why? Why did the gopis dress up beautifully? To please Krishna? Whatever Krishna wants, they give. They are the best example of bhakti. What's another example of bhakti? Madhya Yashoda. Sometimes Madhya Yashoda makes Krishna angry. Yes?
Yeah.
How? Huh? Oh, yeah? Okay, anybody watching online, Hare Krishna? If you have any questions while we're going, you can post and we'll try to respond after. So this is a question we have now. Why does Madhya Yashoda make Krishna angry? So we told the story this morning. When the pot of milk boiled over, she sat Krishna down. Sit down. And Krishna was clinging on with all his might. Both hands. And yet she sat Krishna down. his legs were around her waist like a monkey. You ever see a monkey holding on? Monkey's holding on very tight. So Gurudev says Krishna's legs were around Mother Yashoda's waist like a monkey. His hands holding on very tight. And also his mouth. Right? But Mother Yashoda picked him up and said, sit down. And very quickly went to save the milk. So Mother Yashoda made Krishna angry. He was just upset. But she did it for Krishna's happiness. So this is bhakti. And then Gurudev gives a famous example he would say often. There were two wrestler demons. Charan and Mustika. Balwan, very strong. They were trying to kill Krishna. But Krishna was very happy. So is this bhakti? So therefore Rupa Goswami said bhakti isn't just trying to please, it's trying to please Krishna. It's with a favorable mood out of love for Krishna. Someone may be making Krishna happy like a demon, but they don't love Krishna, they're trying to kill him. So this is not bhakti. So we're trying to practice bhakti. Okay. So Gurudev gives this example of Mother Yashoda was chasing Krishna. One time Krishna broke the yogurt pot. Yes? And Krishna thought, I'll escape. Like a thief. When they steal something, sometimes they're afraid and they think they're going to get caught. So they run away very quickly, but they leave some sign. So what sign did Krishna leave? When he broke the yogurt pot at the bottom, first Krishna was trying to tip it over too hard. Till the top, break it too hard. So we found out the very bottom. Top, the rock, and it flooded out. And then the yogurt flooded all over the floor. So Krishna was running on the yogurt, and he made very beautiful yogurt footprints right into the room. He climbed up on a grinding mortar and started eating butter. Right? Mother Yashoda found him, followed the footprints, and she began to chase him. Was this bhakti? Mother Yashoda started running after Krishna and saying, no one will save you now. I am going to punish you. You can imagine little baby Krishna. He's running with a stick. I will punish you. How is this love for God? You're going to punish God with a stick? With a stick? So, how could she catch Krishna? This is the question. If God is running from you, like we're running after God, and we still can't catch him. He's not even running. Right? We still can't catch. It said sages for 10,000 years, they meditate on Krishna, running after Krishna. They don't find Krishna. But Mother Yashoda easily caught Krishna. Even though he was trying to escape. Krishna's not trying to escape from us. He's just waiting for us to come to him. But he was trying to escape Mother Yashoda. And she ran after him. Krishna was pulled backwards like a magnet. See? So Mother Yashoda is running, and Krishna is running, but it's like he's being pulled towards her. It's like a magnet. Mother Yashoda is the magnet. Her love, her bhakti is the magnet. Krishna is running, but he's pulling in like a tractor force field. What do they call it? Tractor beam. Zzz, and he's trying to... Zzz, zzz. He can't escape. So Mother Yashoda's love caught Krishna. And then she called him bad names. Mother Yashoda said, Bandar Buddhi. Monkey brain. Mother Yashoda said, Krishna, monkey brain. Bandar Buddhi. Okay, this is a new bad word you learned. See somebody say, hey, Bandar Buddhi. Monkey brain. But these words, Krishna heard this and he smiled, yes. Why did she say this? She wanted Krishna to have good character. So it was out of love for Krishna, good mood. So Krishna is so powerful, we have to understand this point. Krishna is so powerful that a part of his part is Lord Narayan. This is the Bhagavad Sastra Katha. We think Narayan is supreme, but Krishna is supreme, Narayan is part of his part, maintaining this universe. Every universe has Narayan. Every universe has one Narayan, but Krishna is beyond all the universes. One part of that is Karnadakshay Vishnu, and all the universes come out of his pores. We're in one little universe, and it came out of the pore of Mahavishnu. But Krishna is beyond that. But because of Mother Yashoda's love, she tied Krishna, made him weep. Tied Krishna, made him weep. Krishna told Mother Yashoda, "Oh mother, mehe nahi maa ka nakaya." I didn't steal the butter. Mother Yashoda said, "Krishna, you stole the butter." Krishna's cheeks were covered in butter. He said, "I didn't take any butter." Butter, butter, butter. But he said, "I didn't take any butter." Then Mother Yashoda said, "How did the butter pot get broken?" "I saw your footprints leading from the crime. Your fingerprints. In Indian culture, your footprints." Right? In America, we say, "Oh, your fingerprints were on the weapon." So Krishna's footprints are like his footprints on his feet. Very special symbols. Only Krishna's feet has. You know the symbols in Krishna's feet? Special symbols. So Mother Yashoda said, "I saw your footprints. How did it break?" Krishna said, "Oh mother, you're very heavy. Fatty. And when you ran, your big ankle bells hit the bottom of the pot and the yogurt flowed out. It's your fault." He said, "This is not true. Don't speak lies. I didn't bring you up to speak lies. Try to be like Ram. Ram never spoke a lie. Why are you speaking lies?" Krishna said, "Don't say like this. In my dynasty, there is no thief." In Krishna's dynasty, there's no thief, he said. But in your line, in Mother Yashoda's line, he said someone is called Chor Gopa. Gopa means, and his name was Chor, thief Gopa. So Krishna said, your line has a thief. My father's line doesn't have a thief. So Mother Yashoda is very angry. He said, "Oh." Gurudev was laughing, and his body, here it's described, Gurudev's body was shaking and he was laughing. So here's a question. Can Lord Narayan have this pastime? Who is Lord Narayan's mother? Lord Narayan has mother. So Gurudev says, Lord Narayan cannot enjoy these blissful, childish, playful conversations. Even Dwarkadish cannot do this. Before those pastimes, Krishna sent Putana to Goloka. This showed his great mercy. So Krishna is very merciful. You know the story of Putana? How did he send Putana to Goloka? Putana came to kill Krishna, to poison him. But he gave her the position of his mother. There's a verse, Kam va dhyalum sharanam brajema. Who can be more merciful than Krishna? Right? Most people, like many gurus, they say, if you're qualified, if you're a good person, I'll accept you. Only you have to be very nice, very qualified, very educated, very wealthy. What about poor people, sad people, miserable people, have nothing to give? So Krishna, Sharanam Brajena, he gave shelter to the most sinful, the most fallen, even those who want to kill him. Krishna, so who can be more merciful than Krishna? Narayana cannot be so merciful. Lord Narayan is not so merciful. Ganesh and Shankar cannot be so merciful. So Gurudev was speaking in a Hindu temple, there are many deities, but Gurudev said Krishna is the most merciful. So Gurudev explains here that we shouldn't think every deity is equal. Right? We are worshipping Ganesh, then we're worshipping Durga Mata, then we're worshipping Shankar, then we're worshipping Kartikeya, then we're worshipping Krishna, then we're worshipping Narayan. They said they're not all equal. Who is Krishna? Krishna is Ishvara Parama. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Now Gurudev talks about Lord Ram. So Ram Navami is coming. So some people may worship Shankar as the Lord, because Ramchandra also worshipped Shankar in etiquette. But that is only Ram's Nara Lila, human pastimes, human-like. Shankar wants to serve Ram. In order to do that, how does Lord Shiva serve Ram? So we say, Ram serves Shankar. One time. Ram worships Shankar. But every day, every moment, Lord Shiva serves Ram. To this day. How? As Hanuman. You know this? Hanuman is incarnation of Lord Shiva. So every moment Hanuman is serving Ram. There's many stories of this. When Ram came back from Lanka, there's a beautiful story. After killing Ravan and defeating the armies of Ravan and bringing back Sita, Hanuman came back. Ram gave all the Banaras, the monkeys, gifts, and they all went to their home. Okay? But Hanuman didn't take any gifts. He said, I only want you. You are my gift. If you give me a gift, you'll send me away. So you are my gift. I'll stay with you. I'll serve you. So Hanuman was serving Ram. But then Sita and Lakshman and Bharat were doing all the seva. Cooking, cleaning, arranging, everything. They said, no seva for you, Hanuman. You're a monkey. You stay outside. So Hanuman was very sad. He went outside and he was chanting Ram, 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 Ram. And Ram was yawning and very sick. They said, Ram is very sick. Something's wrong. And they brought the sages, and the sages said, what happened? Where's Hanuman? Hanuman is outside. What is he doing? They went, found Hanuman, and Hanuman was chanting Ram, Ram. Why? Ram said Hanuman wants some service. So anytime that I'm yawning, you can snap your fingers. And so Hanuman kept snapping, and Ram kept yawning. Why? Because Hanuman always wants to serve Ram. But every moment, Lord Shiva is serving Ram. Okay, so people say Shankar is higher than Ram. But at every moment in Shastra, in the scripture, it says that Hanuman, who is incarnation of Lord Shiva, is serving Ram. So who's superior? So Gurudev said the Lord is one. But do you know what Gurudev said? Who is higher, Mother Yashoda or Hanuman? Who is higher? What do you think? Ah, Krishna's mother. Ah, she knows. Mother Yashoda higher. Hanuman doesn't chastise Ram, but Mother Yashoda pulls Krishna's ear. Chastises him. Hanuman would say this is an aparad, offense. Who is higher, Mother Yashoda or Lord Shiva? Yashoda. When Krishna was a small baby, Lord Shiva came to Vrindavan. Alak Niranjan, Alak Niranjan, Alak Niranjan. And he wanted Krishna's darshan. He wanted to see Krishna. Mother Yashoda said, no, no, no. Lord Shiva was begging Mother Yashoda for Krishna darshan. And every day, all day, with Mother Yashoda is embracing Krishna, breastfeeding Krishna, always with Krishna. So who is superior? Finally, she agreed, but she protected Krishna in a black cloth. She dressed Krishna in black and gave Lord Shiva darshan for a few moments. And then Lord Shiva lived there, and he became Gopishwar. Lord Shiva, Gurudev said, he had to become like Mother Yashoda, like a gopi, in order to always see Krishna. The Lord Shiva thought, oh, I'll take shelter of Mother Yashoda and Srimati Radhika, and I'll become like a gopi. Have you heard this? Lord Shiva is also like a gopi. Okay, so we'll read a few more stories, then we'll do kirtan. So who is superior, Ram or Krishna? Krishna, but Ram is also his avatar. So they are, right? But ultimately, Lord Krishna is the highest. Why? According to rasa, relationship. Lord Ram cannot show the same love and intimacy with all the devotees. Lord Ram had one wife, and when the princesses from Janakpur wanted to marry Ram, he said, no, not possible. When I appear as Krishna, I will marry all of you. So people think, oh, Krishna's marrying so many people, it's because he is like restless. But this is his mercy. Why? Everyone wants to be with Krishna. So to say no, how are you showing mercy? To say yes. Also, every Murti of Sita, every year when, they gave this example of this story, Sita had been banished, right? So every year Ram made a Murti of Sita. All of these Murtis of Sita became Krishna. So Krishna is greater than Ram. So Mother Yashoda finally bound Krishna. She was chasing Krishna. So we're trying to bind Krishna in our heart. This is liberation. Right? If we can bind God in our heart, realize our relation with him, and always be in that relationship, that is binding Krishna in our heart. So because of his being controlled by her love, there's a verse in the Bhagavatam. The only way to conquer Krishna is by love. Otherwise you cannot conquer him, not in a billion lifetimes. So Mother Yashoda bound Krishna's belly with a simple hairband. Before she tried to bring thousands of meters of rope, and it was not enough to bind Krishna. But at the end, Krishna's heart melted and she bound him with a little bit of rope only. And Gurudev said she didn't bind him with rope. What did she bind him with? Prema, or love. We said, what is the most beautiful words in the world? Prema, this love. Then Gurudev says one more thing. Krishna never stole butter. Krishna never stole yogurt. What did he steal? He stole the prem in the hearts of the gopis. He collected their love. And he didn't steal it also because they wanted him to take it. So therefore Gurudev would say, I have not come for anything. I have only come for your heart. Gurudev said, I don't want money, I don't want property, I don't want anything. I've only come for your hearts. So this is not stealing if people are giving. But he is stealing hearts by his all-enchanting nature. Everyone is attracted to Krishna. So in an indirect way, he's stealing their hearts. Right? A heart can only belong to someone if he has stolen it. These hearts are taking the forms of different paraphernalia. What does it mean? All the different moods of the devotees, all the different items and things the devotees prepare, Krishna is taking because he has captured them with his beauty. That's why yesterday's class we said Krishna is so beautiful. So Krishna is self-satisfied. So why does he need to take butter? God needs to steal butter. He has anything less, any short? But these hearts are eternally his. So he's not stealing them. He's collecting what is his own. They've offered them to him. So Krishna is Atmaram. What does it mean? He's taking pleasure in himself. He does not need to go outside of himself, Gurudev is saying. So why is he taking enjoyment, Rasa dance? If Krishna is Atmaram, because they say this is the nature of great personality or God, he has no need for anything outside himself. He is self-satisfied. Right? Doesn't need anything. So why is he dancing with the gopis? They are his own manifestations. Srimati Radhika is his entire self, and everyone else is coming from her. So where does everything come from? Radha or Krishna. There's only Radha Krishna. And it's described in Vedanta that God does not transform. So the Mayavadis say that everything is a false, like illusory conception only. Because in the Sastra it says God cannot transform from one thing to another thing. He's always Sat, eternal. But what is transforming is Shakti. That is Mahaprabhu's teaching. Shakti Parinambad. So everything is manifesting from Shakti. And the root of all Shakti is Srimati Radhika. Okay, so we're concluding here. Mother Yashoda bound Krishna with her prem. Of all love, all prem, the gopis' prem is the highest, the greatest. Being bound by the greatest love means that Krishna cannot understand how to become unbound. When Mother Yashoda tied Krishna, Krishna could not untie the knot. Because her love is greater. Because Krishna has love for everyone, but Mother Yashoda only has love for Krishna. One-pointed love, so it's very powerful. So Gurudev is saying, if Krishna will ask the gopis, how can I repay you? They will reply, only give us your service. We only want to serve you. In this way he becomes more indebted. He remains indebted and says, I cannot repay you. Your love is too great. You've given up everything. No one else wanted to give. You gave up everything. Even if I have a lifetime of billions of years, Lord Brahma's life, I cannot repay you. Therefore, if we want to bind Krishna in our hearts, we must take shelter of the gopis, follow the gopis, be in their guidance, then we can bind Krishna in our heart like them. Okay? This is our process. Therefore, Gurudev said we should follow the gopis. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya gave this teaching. Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesha Tanestadhama Brindavana Ramya Kachidupasna Brajavadu Bhagena Yakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanangamalam Prema Pamartamahan Sri Chaitanya Matamidam Tatradharona Paraha. You must become like the gopis. Follow the footsteps of the gopis. Then you can bind Krishna in your heart. This is the highest teaching. So we're ending with this. Alright, we'll do a little bhajan. If anyone has any question, you can post it. Alright, let me check here. If anyone has any questions? Alright, let's do one bhajan. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Krishna Govinda, Govinda, Gopala. We have one question, we'll do it afterwards. Krishna, Govinda, Govinda, Gopala. Krishna, Govinda, Govinda, Gopala. Krishna, Murali Manohara Nanda Lala. Krishna, Murali Manohara Nanda Lala. Krishna, Govinda, Govinda, Gopala. Krishna, Govinda, Govinda, Gopala. Jaya Radha Ramana Radha Ramana Radhe. Jaya Radha Ramana Radha Ramana Radhe. Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva. Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Brahmanandi, Hari Bol. Okay, we have one quick question from Renu in Maui. Hare Krishna, Renu. Radhe Radhe. Krishna is skinny and doesn't eat enough. Radha is cooking for him. So why does he steal butter and yogurt? Is he hungry? Or does he just like to make pranks and trouble? Or does he like to have fun with his mother and be naughty? Krishna is skinny. This is something we hear from our Gurudev. Oh, Krishna is so skinny. There's a story. Mother Yashoda tells Krishna, Tum patli ho. You're both skinny. If you want to become moti, which means fat, then you have to eat a lot of butter and roti. Then your choti will become moti. So Sika is choti. And she says, Baladev has a big Sika. And he's healthy, chubby. But Krishna's patla dubla. Dubla patla means skinny. Baladev is always eating a lot of chapati and butter. But Krishna, you're dubla patla. Krishna is skinny, not eating enough, but yet he's always stealing butter. So this is Krishna's Leela, Leela Purushottama. This is how he steals hearts, like we heard from Gurudev. He's always stealing the hearts of the devotees. Vatsalya Ras has his way. So the mothers are cooking for Krishna, he's stealing from them. This is Vatsalya Ras. Madhurya Ras, he's with Radharani and the gopis, but he also steals from them. Radharani goes with all the pots market, and Krishna comes and takes tax. This is Krishna Lila. So there's so many things. So we're having a nice little class, morning and evening, about 40 minutes. Okay, 30-40 minutes. This is our medicine for the disease of material existence. Okay. Like we have, sometimes in the pharmacy they sell you a pill box. It says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, MT WTFSS. MTWTFSS. Right? So each of those things has 2 pills. Morning class, evening class. Morning class, evening class. Morning class, evening class. Okay? This is our medicine for those who are suffering in this material existence. This life is like Hanuman was snapping. Life is going by. Life is going by. Right? So when they took away Hanuman's service, he was very upset. Ram said, don't take away Hanuman's service. Nighttime Sita serving, daytime Lakshman, Hanuman taking turns. But there's a verse, Kamala dhala jivala jivana talamala. Life is hanging like a drop of water. Like imagine this, okay? A drop of water is there. Falling, falling, falling. And when it's on the edge, it holds on. Holds on for a second and then goes. That's life. We don't know. We don't know. Where did Vrindavan go? I don't know. Where did I go? I don't know. Oh, he's not coming home. You're going to Krishna. Nowhere else, okay? No. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. Unless it's in the womb of a gopi. Right? We sing this song. This is not fantasy. This is reality.
What kind of your action in this world, when you direct this world, then
Wow.
kind of your action of the world.
But Krishna says, oh, this is true. Mother's saying very good. But Krishna says, action, reaction, this is karma. But you can be free of karma by mukti. But what is real mukti? Not just freedom from suffering, but realization of your relation with Krishna. So how do you realize that? What is the process? Very simple. MTWTFSS. Do you have this pill capsule thing?
But
I don't know why. They just don't have I guess some days you take different things, right? Some days you take. Why don't they just have a box? I don't know. Maybe you take different medicine different days, huh? Okay, so we have our box. Our box is chanting Harinam, taking prasad, spending time with devotees, hearing about Krishna, seeing the deity, hearing bhajan about Krishna, singing. This is our medicine. Krishna says you take this medicine, then no more birth and death. There's a verse. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi jatane sayanam. Birth, again death, again birth, again death. But there's a process. Bhajahure mana Shrinanda nandana abhaya charanara vindare. Bhajahure mana Shrinanda nandana abhaya charanara vindare. We may not have faith in this, but you should have faith. This is real. Vaishnavas have seen this. They've achieved this. They've given us this process. You want to be free of fear? Worship the lotus feet of Krishna, which are the abode of freedom from fear. Abhaya Charanara Vinda. So we worship that Krishna, and then we'll be free of everything and go to Vrindavan. Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bo. Dancha Kalpa Tribhisya. Kripa Sindhuve Vicha Patyanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo. Namo Namah. Hare Krishna, everyone. See you tomorrow.